good for him.
So let's be direct, let's be honest. There was a time that you used your fame, and it was a time that not everybody was happy. And that was a few years ago.
That's right.
And you made a very big point. You said, I've never done this before. I've never endorsed a political candidate.
That's
and
right.
you endorsed Kamala Harris and Joe Biden. And I'm being
That
real
was
with
dumb.
you, and you're being real with me.
Sure.
A lot of people on Fox watching this, you and I talk right now, remember that and wonder about that. So how do you feel now in retrospect with that endorsement?
In what way?
Are you happy that you made that endorsement in 2020? Are you happy with the state of America?
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. Do I believe
Good.
we're going to get better? I believe in that. I'm an optimistic guy, and I believe we can get better. The endorsement that I made years ago with Biden was one I thought was the best decision for me at that time. And I thought back then, when we talk about, hey, I'm in this position where I have some influence, and it's my job then. I felt like that then. It's my job now to exercise my influence and share with this is who I'm going to endorse. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no. I'm not going to do that, because what I realized, and I didn't realize it back then, Will, but I realize it today. And back then, just like I am today, very lucky, I was then the most followed American man in the world, and I am today.
Wow.
The most followed American man in the
that.
world, and I appreciate that. But I also realized that what that caused back then was something that tears me up in my guts back then and now, which is division. And that got me. And I didn't realize it then. I just thought, hey, our country feels like there's a lot of unrest. It feels like I would like things to calm down. Maybe we need a change. This is what I'm going to do, and this is who I'm going to endorse. The takeaway after that, months and months and months, I started to realize, like, oh man, that caused an incredible amount of division in our country. So I realize now, going into this election, I'm not going to do that.
Are you going to are you going to ever seriously run for president? Answer that question seriously, consider it seriously, and make that
Sure.
that mountaintop run for president.
As of now, no. That's not my intention, Will. I'm not a politician. I'm not into politics.
When I was a kid, you could have a Republican friend. Like, it was no big deal.
Yes.
It's no big deal. Like, oh, Bobby likes George Bush. Who
course.
cares? Who gives You know, you were a supporter of Bill Clinton. He liked George Bush. Nobody cared. Nobody liked you. You know, it wasn't like you're a Nazi. Like, I'm a Nazi. I just want lower taxes. How did I become a Nazi?
Dude, it's the craziest thing. I have friends who support Trump. I have friends who support Biden. I have friends.
Do you really have friends who support Biden?
I do.
Come
well,
on.
No. Here's what I do. I have friends. Thank you. That's a good check, because that's important. This is important context.
They support the Democratic Party.
I have friends who are loyal to the party.
Yes.
The Common Sense Department is noticing that during campaign stops, former President Trump is asking the old question, are you better off today than you were 4 years ago? And Trump has now gotten a response from President Biden, who says, quote, well, Donald, I'm glad you asked that question, man, because I hope everyone in the country takes a minute to think back to what it was like in March of 2020. So if you have a minute, Common Sense would like to rewind the clock. In March of 2020, AAA says the average price of gas was $1.99 a gallon. Today it's $3.53. Mortgage rates in March 2020 averaged 3.29%. Today it's 7.2%. Food up 25%. Rent 22% up. Credit card debt 47% up. In 4 years, the illegal immigration population has gone up by 8 to 9 million. Homelessness, crime also up. In fairness, some things are down, like test scores, arrests, and national pride. A Monmouth poll released today says 34% of Americans, 1/3 of the country, would settle in a different country if they were able. The previous high was in 1972, when 13% of Americans said they would leave.
Are you happy with the state of America right now? He said no. Good for him. At least he told the truth. And honestly, bro, I don't know how anybody can answer yes to that question, especially after the last clip you watched. I think, and I might be wrong, But I think that the only reason The Rock is not going to publicly endorse someone this year is because he's voting for Donald Trump and he's afraid, or he might be afraid, of getting canceled. But that's me. Come on, man. It's Joe Biden versus Donald Trump. He is not endorsing Joe Biden. That man is voting for Donald Trump. He's just afraid of losing some deals, some endorsement, or whatever, getting canceled. You let me know what you think about this in the comment section. This is good though. God bless you. Catch you on the next one.
Are you happy that you made that endorsement in 2020? Are you happy with the state of America?
Am I happy with the state of America right now? Well, that answer is no. This is who I'm going to endorse. Am I going to do that again this year? That answer is no.